What is up, everybody? My name is Jack Billings, and I'm the CEO and founder of Shedknives. Today, I have with me the 2022 sheep's foot in VRD2 from Shedknives, and I'll be showing you how to sharpen that, along with all the different options of sharpeners we have in front of us, plus a few different lubricants and honing oils, stuff like that. So we're going to get into it. First off, a little bit about the 2022 sheep's foot by Shedknives. It has approximately a 1-inch hollow grind that goes up the knife here on both sides. Comes down to a very sharp blade, which after some use, which I've been using this for roughly 4.5-5 months now, we're going to have to touch this up. And then we have a nice 1/2-inch linear tool in the back with roughly 8.5 to 9 feet of paracord wrapped in this handle. So, a few things we're going to need to sharpen this knife today. First off, we're going to need a knife. We're going to need a towel here, preferably a cotton towel or something that is very soft. We don't want to scratch the blade, and it's also just a nice towel to absorb the oil. So I picked these up at, I think, like Harbor Freight, so you don't need anything fancy, something that'll do the job. We need some either lubricant, honing oil. For me, I use either one. I view them as pretty much the same as just you can use them for all sorts of stuff, specifically Ballistol. I like using their oil. It is not sponsored by them, but I use it for a ton of stuff, whether it's coating the blade, putting it on my sharpening stone. I use it for everything. But you could use the honing oil for that as well. With these knives, it's not really super picky on what type of oil you use. It's gonna work either way. So getting into our sharpeners, have a simple pull through sharpener here. You have a coarse and a fine side with the ceramic rods there. And then now I haven't really figured this out. I assume this is for scissors right there, but after using it, it starts like chipping away, so I'm not sure if I'm using it wrong, but we'll just kind of discard that for now. Then have this here. It has coarse side, has a fine side. This really, if you want to hone some knives here, which not technically honing, but really get a nice edge after a pull-through sharpener, this is the thing you'd want to use. So, and it comes in a nice case as well, so check that out. Look at that, works really well. We'll be using that later. Then we have a Benchmade and Worksharp collaboration, and really I think the only thing different compared to the normal Worksharp sharpener that doesn't have the Benchmade collaboration is just the color's different, and it doesn't say Benchmade, but could be wrong. So we have this here. Then we have our Worksharp Ken Onion Edition sharpener here. Show you how to work that. This one is actually quite nice. I enjoy using that. We have a circular sharpening stone, and this has a fine and coarse side, so the two stones put together for the one blade. Then we have our just normal sharpening stone, nothing too crazy with this. Have that. And then to finish it off, we have our strop here, which we can get into buffing compound later on, but we won't get into that for today's video. You can see I need to apply some more of that, but will be good for today. So first off, this blade, you see a few chips in there, nothing major though, just a few right in this area. So to address that, we're going to want to start with our coarse sharpener. But, well, which coarse sharpener do we use? Which one's going to be best? So for example, this is going to be more for larger items, like an axe head, for example. You can sharpen the axe head like that, or you can take the axe head and just sharpen it like that on there. So you can use, really this is for larger items that you would be holding it and sharpening that way. So we might not want to start with this. The Ken Onion Work Sharp here. We'll actually open this up just to show you how this works. So let's see here. So we're gonna put this in we're gonna start with the 20 degree. And we can go to the coarse side here. So you can kind of see how that works. Works really nice. All you gotta do with this here is just pull your knife. Just keep your knife straight up and just pull it down. So this is really nice. And now they all have coarse sharpeners, but coarse is going to be different. For example, this coarse is different than that coarse. So you want to understand what you need. I don't need anything super rough like this. I don't need anything super, I guess, fine like this coarse yet, because we want to take some chips out. So something like this here would be a good start, or even this here might be a good start, but this is more for folders here. So really we're going to use either this one or that one to start. So let's get into it. Here, we'll move some stuff aside here, because you want a nice clean working space. It's always important. So just moving some stuff aside. Alright, so let's get into it. I'm just going to start by going straight down. And I'll do 5 on each side, so I don't need to keep switching 1, 2, 1, 2. Yeah. So we'll just do 5 on each side. So that was 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Might as well do 10. 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. There we go. Same thing. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Now the key to sharpeners, you want to use all of the sharpener to get all of the blade. So if you saw what I was doing, I was starting at the back here, kind of where my hand is, starting back there, and pulling back to me as I'm going down. So you have this going down, but I'm also pulling back. So just like that. Okay. So now after this here, you can see actually some of my chips have come out. So really the best thing to do would be to stick to the same sharpener. So if I start with this, I want to finish with this. But because this is YouTube or Rumble or whatever you're watching this on, we're not going to do exactly that. We're going to move around, pick some different sharpeners just to show you how everything works. So this one works just fine, but we're going to switch over to the next one. So we're going to use, see, that's very fine there. That's probably finished with that one. I'm going to move over to the coarse on this here. So feel the difference there. So I'm actually going to lay out my cloth. It's also a good thing to have a cloth for. So I'm just gonna point this down. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And you can see what I was doing there. I was pushing down and pulling back. So that's a technique there. Most people just 1, 2, 3, they just go down like they're carving something, where I like to kind of do both, kind of maximizes. So that was technically 10, but it was 5 in each direction. So we'll do the same on the other side. 2, 3, 4, 5. Awesome. Pretty simple. So that was nice. And we'll just try the fine here just to see. But we'll 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Try one more time. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. You want to maintain your angle, or with the Ken Onion Work sharpener, you don't really need to, it does it for you. So this here, you can see we're actually starting to get an edge. See what we're getting there. And Now it's okay because it's a demo knife here. You can see some scratches on there. You want to avoid that if you can. That's just by, for example, going down and then I just kind of lay the knife flat. So sometimes that happens, but that's okay. So I'm just going to set this back there. And now try this very fine sharpener here, which I'll show you a couple different ways to use this one. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Pull them back. Oh, actually, let's just use this still. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Now notice this has a 20-degree set guide. Here it says up there, there's a 20-degree set. So you want to make sure what you're using this on, you got the 20 degrees. Because, for example, an axe, you would not want 20 degrees. You'd want to switch that up. So just understand your angle. It's very important. So we'll go ahead and do another one here. We have, looks like we have, this is your fishhook sharpener right here. So you have fishhook right there, fine, coarse. So we've already done quite a few coarse sharpening, so we want to move on to our fine. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Go. 2, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Just like that. Nothing crazy. So now let's take a piece of rope. Let's see here. Piece of rope, and let's just see where we're at. Pow. Cuts right through. And you can also tell the quality of the cut based on the paracord. So if it's shredded, which a tad bit, nothing too crazy, but you can tell based on the cut how sharp your knife is. So do that one more time. See, it's pulling just a little bit, so that means we just have to keep sharpening. So it's good to test your knives as you go. So let's see, we're going to start here. Believe you work dark to light on this here. So I'm going to lay this down. Pull. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Keep going here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Now I'm doing 5 on these here because, for example, we don't want to, first off, waste time, but number 2, which I guess should be 1 more importantly, we're already doing so many passes on this, so it wouldn't necessarily make sense to do 20 total per side. That's 2, 4, 6, 80 passes. It's not really something we need to do, so we can do 10 total. So did that, and I lost count, so we'll just do this again. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Notice how I'm not really putting too much pressure on here. It's just, and I'll be quiet for the next one so you can hear it. There we go. So nothing too crazy. Doing the final one here. 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Awesome. So you can tell, like, let's wipe this down a bit. You can really tell just the glow on that, or the reflection. It's actually quite a nice edge. So let's try this one more time here. Take a piece of rope, just like that. Much better cut. You can see much better. Wow, that's nice. So one more time. Awesome. Yeah, it's really nice. So we could keep going, we could keep honing, we could keep going on the fine and coarse, we could keep doing that. Just to sum it up though, you want to start coarse. If you have chips, dents, anything like that in the blade, you want to start coarse. Whether it's this coarse here, or it's this coarse, or it's this coarse. So it really depends how bad the chips are. If this thing was really nicked up and just really dinged up and it was really bad, like I had hit some concrete with it or some wire or just anything that really made the blade really bad, I do want to start with this right here. But everyday use, nothing too wild, these are going to be just fine. And then we move into our finer sharpening bits here. So whether that's the metal side, the ceramic, I like ceramic sharpeners. Those work really well for me when I'm doing my final sharpening. Really, the ceramics work quite well. Then you want to bring in your strop here. Make sure you have the bars of compound to re-compound these here, which they've got like the beige or tan, the black, the green, the blue. So just kind of wipe them on there. Pretty simple, nothing too much going on there. So that'll finish it off. And then a lot of people in their kitchens, they have these here. These work well, just you want to make sure that the angle is what you want for your knife, because some knives are going to be different than others. Like a folding knife is going to have a different angle than a fixed blade. So it just depends on the knife. So just make sure first off, this has your right angle. And number two, that these aren't damaged. The little pieces of metal or ceramic bars, like these are kind of dinged up because I've used them so much. So just make sure you got the right one. And then to finish it off, set everything to the side here. Going to spray down our blade like that. And we're just gonna wipe it off, clean it up, make it look good, prevent any corrosion, and you can see how shiny that is. We are all set. So thank you very much for watching. Once again, my name is Jack Billings, and we'll see you in the next video.